Welcome to the Clarington Chronicle podcast. I'm your host, Mark Stanish. This is podcast episode number 84 for Friday, June 30th, 2017. Glad to have you join me. Welcome to my special Canada Day edition. Happy Canada Day 150. Please join me in celebrating what's considered to be the founding of Canada on July 1st as I go through many of the events all around Clarington. Okay, so let's get started with the Canada Day podcast edition. So the first thing I want to start with actually is the library. So the library is going to be closed on Saturday, July 1st for Canada Day, and regular hours are going to be in effect this Friday, today, and Sunday, July 2nd, and Monday, July 3rd. So the rest of the weekend, the long weekend, should be okay for you, but if you do plan on going to the library, it's actually going to be closed on this Saturday. And in terms of businesses or attractions, I just want to mention the Curtis Flea Market because many people know the Curtis Flea Market. It's only open on Saturdays and Sundays, and they do have a note on their website. I'm going to include links to all of these stories for you, but the Curtis Flea Market does have a link on their website that they will be open for Canada Day weekend from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so they will be open for you if you are in the Curtis area and you do want to hit the flea market. It will be open, and that's going to be now in celebration of Canada's 150th birthday. The first 150 customers on Saturday, July 1st, are going to get a delicious cupcake, and they say here, don't miss out. So I myself do enjoy the odd cupcake, and if you do happen to be one of the first 150 customers at the Curtis Flea Market, they're saying they will give you a cupcake to celebrate Canada's 150th birthday. Okay, so many businesses and local groups and organizations are going to be having their own sort of celebrations, but there's a couple of big public ones that you should be aware of. Depending on where you are in the municipality or where you plan on spending the evening or daytime, you may end up at one of these. So I'm just going to put these out there for you. And so one of them here is very interesting to me. This is the Newcastle's Canada Day 150th celebration. They're calling it the biggest celebration ever, probably that they've ever held there for Canada Day. And so what they're saying here is that there's going to be fireworks at dusk, and the opening ceremonies begin at 4 p.m., and there's going to be barbecue and food vendors between 4 and 9 p.m., so in the evening, as well as a beer garden from 4 to 9 p.m. There will be a live entertainment from there's going to be top 40 tunes between 2 and 6. And then there's going to be an Eagles tribute band between 7 and 9. I love the Eagles, so that's really a good idea. I enjoy that. A few other things they have here. Fun and games between 2 and 10. So that's, throughout the whole period there. Food vendors will be present. There's a free swim from 2 to 5 p.m. Multi-sports in the gym. Art activities for children. Jumping castles. An obstacle course, rock climbing, and there's even going to be a Canadian armored tank display, so that's very interesting. So that'll all be held at the Village of Newcastle, their Newcastle Recreation Complex on Highway 2, and they're also asking for a donation, and the donation helps offset the cost of the fireworks. The suggested donation is $2 per person or $5 per family. Now, another interesting event being held in Clarington to celebrate Canada's 150th birthday is at the Clarington Museum. So this is going to be between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., so sort of in the morning towards the early afternoon. So before many of the major events get started, you can perhaps check this out at the museum here. So they're going to be celebrating the Canada Day at the Bowmanville Museum on Saturday, July 1st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and they're throwing open their doors for everybody to enjoy. Now, I've been to the museum many times, and I would recommend everyone in the area should check it out at some point, and this would be a good opportunity. So throughout the day, the Orno Cornet Band and the Charles Street Band is going to be providing musical entertainment on the front veranda. And entrance to the Bowmanville Museum will be free. So again, if you haven't checked it out, this is a very good opportunity. There's going to be a horse-drawn carriage for a guided tour of historic downtown Bowmanville. And they're also going to have a craft tent, and you can make yourself a Canada Day keepsake. So that's an excellent opportunity for everybody as well. The Sarah Jane Williams Heritage Center is going to be open all day for you to enjoy as well. And there's a current exhibit there on the agricultural history of Clarington as well as the Sound of History Great Canadian Brass Band Revolution, and that's all free. Official birthday celebrations begin at 1 p.m., featuring a special award presentation, greetings from local dignitaries, and, of course, birthday cake. So you can join everybody for a fun-filled afternoon of face painting, barbecue, old-time games, crafts, and more. They do say that there's going to be a charge for the barbecue. So you can join everybody and help celebrate Canada Day that way as well earlier in the day if you're either not available in the evening or have other plans. So you can contact the museum if you got any questions, 905-623-2734, or just visit Clarington Museums. I'll include a link to this story as well. So the final thing that I want to bring to your attention here is the big one. So this is sort of the main, if you're new to the area or, just don't really participate in a lot of things, but you do want to participate in this event, this is kind of the big one for Canada Day. So Clarington has put out this flyer here. Clarington celebrates Canada 150, Saturday, July 1st, obviously, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And this is going to be at the Garnet B. Rickard Recreation Complex. So 57 and 2, the big arena there. That's the park that the largest events in Clarington pretty much happen. So the Garnet B. Rickard Recreation Complex on Saturday from 6 to 10. So they're going to have family activities, fireworks, food, live music, community displays, jumping castles, Canada 150 cake. Canuckstruments is going to be a family-friendly performance with Canadian instruments. There's going to be buskers, giveaways, all sorts of fun stuff. And that's being provided by a number of sponsors, including the Government of Canada and OPG, Clarington, a whole number of them. So I'm going to include a link to this so you can take a look at the flyer. And again, if you're going to attend one event around Canada Day, that's the big one in the evening. And again, there'll be fireworks. So if you live anywhere in the neighborhood, you'll be able to see those fireworks. And I've been many times to the Canada Day celebration by Clarington, and they've done a fantastic job. I've always enjoyed myself. There's going to be thousands of your fellow residents there and their community members, and it's just a great chance to mingle and enjoy Canada Day and celebrate Canada 150. Question of the podcast: how do you celebrate Canada Day in Clarington? How do you celebrate Canada Day in Clarington? And that's it for episode number 84 of the Clarington Chronicle podcast. If you'd like to comment on the podcast or have an idea for an upcoming episode, just email me at claringtonchronicle@gmail.com. And you can find this podcast on Twitter at ClaringtonChron or on one of the Facebook pages dedicated to Clarington or one of the communities within Clarington, or on my website, markstanish.com. You can subscribe for free on iTunes or Android and get instant updates when a new podcast is uploaded. Thank you for listening, and happy Canada Day 150.